Welcome back, Ranger Nation. I'm Megan Meharry.
And I'm Emma Spore Leader. Thanks for joining us today.
Up ahead, we'll take a look at some choral events that took place on campus. Stay tuned. NWTV7 News will be right back.
Can keep my hands on myself. Pick up, dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. Let me kick it like it's 1986.
Last week, the Northwest Concert Series presented Riders in the Sky. Here's NWTV7 reporter Catherine Baugh with a look at the concert.
Last Tuesday, the Northwest Concert Series brought multi-Grammy winner Riders in the Sky to Alva. This was the group's 7,402nd performance over a 41-year career. This concert was the beginning of their final tour. One song that is most recognized by everyone is Woody's Roundup from Toy Story 2. The group played several classic Western hits.
Rolling down the mountain from above, a little bit of lonesome, a little bit of love. It fits a Western tune like hand in glove.
They also showed us their yodeling and face-slapping skills. Their next performance will be in Nashville, Indiana on May 2nd.
On Saturday, the spring alumni reunion took place, and actually Megan attended it. So Megan, how was the banquet that night?
The banquet was great, the food was amazing, and the program was really nice. We got to hear from alumni of Northwestern as they received awards for being outstanding alumni.
I heard you received an award that night. Would you mind telling us what it was for?
I did. I was one to receive Outstanding Senior. It was just a really great honor.
Yeah. Thank you, Megan. Up next, Nick and Catherine will recap us on some Ranger sports. We'll be right back.
I see your dirty face, hide behind your collar. What is done in vain? Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God to justify the way you live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. And you take your time, and you do the crime. Will you mean your best? I wish I could be as cruel as you, and I wish I could say the things you do, but I can't, and I won't live a lie. No, not this time.
And now sports.
Welcome back. I'm Catherine Baugh.
And I'm Nick Dill. NWTV7 reporter Emma Spore Leader covered the last home series between the Lady Rangers softball team and Southern Nazarene University. Let's take a closer look.
Lady Ranger softball faced the Crimson Storm of Southern Nazarene University for their final series of the season. Northwestern played in honor of the Sexual Assault Awareness and wore teal on the first day of the series. SNU and the Lady Rangers matched up throughout the day when Northwestern had 15 hits and SNU only had 14. Kaylee Johnson, the freshman from Tecumseh, Oklahoma, went 4 for 7 at the plate and scored 2 runs, had 1 RBI, and earned her 3rd career home run. Morgan Kirk scored 3 runs and earned 2 RBIs and she had a double and a home run. The Lady Rangers split the first day of the series, winning Game 1 5-4, but lost the second game of the day 4-3. On Saturday afternoon, the Lady Rangers ended their regular season with 2 wins against SNU. Northwestern tallied 15 hits throughout both games of the final doubleheader, and senior Morgan Kirk gave it her all for her final game as a Lady Ranger. She went 4 for 6, scored 1 run, 5 RBIs, and earned her second home run of the series. The Lady Rangers take the day when they push past SNU to win their final series of the season. Northwestern takes the first game 11-8 and win the second and final game 2-1. The Lady Ranger softball team finishes their season with an overall record of 9-43 and a Great American Conference record of 9-35.
Last weekend, the Rangers and Lady Rangers rodeo team traveled to Goodwell, Oklahoma to compete in the OPSU rodeo. This was the last rodeo of the season before the College National Finals rodeo in Casper, Wyoming. Northwestern will be represented by 4 cowboys and 1 cowgirl. The 2018-2019 Central Plains Region champions competing will be Taylor Munsell will be going for breakaway roping, Bridger Anderson in steer wrestling, Riley Wakefield in calf roping, and also going our reserve team roping champ Tanner Knoll and 3rd place steer wrestler Bradley Ralph.
NWTV7 reporter Megan Brown was able to attend the baseball rivalry between Northwestern and Southwestern. Here she is with more.
The Rangers faced the Southwestern Bulldogs during a 3-game series on Friday and Saturday. In the first game, an early 6-run deficit was too much for NWOSU baseball to overcome on the diamond Friday evening as they fell short in an 11-8 loss to Southwestern Oklahoma State. After the Bulldogs put 6 runs on the board in the first 2 innings, including a big 3-run home run in the first inning, the Rangers made it a 2-run game in the bottom of the 3rd behind 4 straight hits. Dashiell Johnson started the hit parade as he followed Jake Darrow with an infield single. Darrow then scored from second when Luis Saiton sent the ball through the left side of the infield for the Rangers' first run. Southwestern added a single run in the 4th and 6th innings to make it 8-4. Unfortunately, a 3-run blast by the Bulldogs in the top of the 8th would ultimately prove to be the difference. Trailing 11-4 heading into their final half inning of the game, the Rangers made one final push, all with 2 outs. Darrow again started the rallying by getting on base with a single, and Johnson reached on an error by the Bulldog third baseman. The Rangers ultimately fell short to Southwestern. On Saturday, the Rangers took part in a historical 16-inning game. Unfortunately for the Rangers, the Bulldogs came out on top with a run in the top of the 16th for a 6-5 final. After the Bulldogs took an early lead in the first game, the Rangers had runners on the corners of the second inning when Justin Bundy took off from third and Luis Mendoza laid down a perfect bunt to tie the game at 1-1. The Rangers had a couple of threats in the next few innings, but the Bulldogs ultimately had the final blow with a run in the 16th for the win. During the second game on Saturday, the Rangers put up 4 in the bottom of the 3rd to hold a 4-1 advantage early on. Dashiell Johnson started the rally with a walk and moved to second on a bunt single perfectly placed by Darrow. Following a wild pitch that allowed both runners to advance, Carlos Enjar singled through the right side to put the Rangers on top 2-1. After a home run in the top of the 4th helped tie the game for the Bulldogs, the Rangers answered in the bottom of the inning to regain the advantage on another error with Darrow coming home from third. However, Southwestern picked up runs in the top of the 6th and 7th innings to seal the victory and sweep the series. This was NWOSU Baseball's last game of the season.
After the break, Megan and Emma will be back with some news about events that students took part in last week.
Every day I'm shuffling. Yeah.
The Northwestern Choir gave a special performance in a peculiar place. I had the chance to attend and talk to a few performers. Here's more. Hey Ranger Nation, the Northwestern Choir performed their 4th annual Soundscapes concert. Let's check it out. Inside the Alva Independent School District bus barn, formerly known as the Old Armory, the Northwestern Choirs gave their Soundscapes 4 concert. The concert featured a series of different pieces, ranging from slower melodies to songs that were upbeat. Some songs were sung in English, while others in a different language. There were songs throughout the concert that were difficult yet fun to sing.
I think my favorite song was Regina Caeli. It was the women's singers piece, and I think it was just beautiful in this space.
I think the hardest part was having to learn all the music, but then having to incorporate your emotion into the songs. I think that was the most hardest, difficult spot.
In addition to conducting done by the head of the choirs, Dr. Karsten Longhurst, Dr. Matthew Nielsen conducted a few pieces as well. Nielsen is the current interim director of choral studies at San Diego State University. Overall, the concert was a success.
I'm thrilled. The students went above and beyond. We've been working so hard. We just came off the musical, and we've been working a little bit with this music, and we had two weeks to really put it all together. And they just really, they love singing, and they work really hard. It was a great group of students and a great concert.
This concert is the last choir event of the year, but Soundscapes will return next year back in the bus barn.
I love that we call it, well, when I talk to the students about singing in spaces that have great reverb, I say, it loves you back. And so when you sing it, you can hear yourself, and it makes you sing better because you're like, hey, and if you sing really good, you're like, I like that, and it just gets better, and it's really fun.
With NWTV7, I'm Megan Meharry.
NWTV7 reporter Ashley Watts attended Bahama Breakaway last week. Here she is with more.
Hello, my name is Ashley Watts, and I'm a reporter for NWTV7 here at Alva Square for Bahama Breakaway.
This year's annual Bahama Breakaway was on April 25th from 4 to 7:30 p.m. at the Alva Square. At this Bahama Breakaway, there was obstacle courses, Frosty Joe's, free food, a cornhole tournament, and a sand volleyball tournament. There was also a new addition to this year's event. There was a free shuttle to pick up and drop people off for anyone who wanted a ride to and from Bahama Breakaway. For the volleyball and cornhole tournament, there was winners who were able to win cash prizes, and other prizes were won by just signing up your name. Here is Olivia Yandel with more information.
How many years has NWOC put this on?
That's actually a really good question. There was a guy that came earlier while we were raking sand, and he was actually the SGA president back in like 1982, and he was like, oh, you guys are still doing this? We used to give away a free trip to the Bahamas, so pretty much all the way back past like 1982, so it's been going on for quite a while.
Like they legit gave him free trips.
Supposedly. Now, I don't know that for sure. That's what he said. He was kind of a jokester, so.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. What made y'all add the shuttles this year?
Just the parking we knew was always an issue, and I thought about ways to make it better from like when I was a student here. It seems like it was forever ago, but I just remember having to find a parking spot, things like that, and a lot of the students on campus actually don't have vehicles, or they've never been down this part of Alva, and so this kind of helped them to get down here and know where everything was, but also like get down here safely and have good parking. So.
And then what is your favorite thing about Bahama Breakaway?
I honestly think my favorite thing is is just getting to see all the students that are on campus. A lot of faces you see pretty often, but some of them you're like, wow, you're a student here? So that's kind of my favorite thing, is everyone gets to just come out and have fun and kind of just like let go before finals week.
Hello, this has been Ashley Watts reporting to you from NWTV7 here at Alva Square for Bahama Breakaway.
This wraps up our newscast for the semester. It is also my last newscast here at Northwestern. I'm so happy to have been a part of NWTV7. Thanks, Ranger Nation.